Hey guys, it's Box Revealed, and today we have two brand new iPhone 14 Pros. Now I'm really excited to see what Apple's done in their year of development on these phones, and I'm especially excited to open up my space black iPhone since this thing was supposed to arrive 2 weeks after the release date, but somehow it did arrive on the release date. So we're going to see how these colors compare, and when we see these colors, make sure to leave your personal opinion in the comment section below. And yeah, let's get straight to this. Alright, so we're going to start off with the gold iPhone 14 Pro. So first of all, let's take a look at the box. First, we have our dynamic island and the gold iPhone 14 on the front. On the side, we just have iPhone. On the back, we have all the specifications, includes iPhone 14 Pro and all the other compatibilities. At the bottom, we can see our serial number, and on the bottom side of the box, we just see the Apple logo. So without further ado, let's get to opening this. So Apple's really changed from their plastic designs of the boxes and have switched to these new paper tabs, and they blame this on the environmental causes. Which one did you guys like more, the plastic wrapping or the paper wrapping? Now, as soon as we open the box now, we see the phone right away. And Apple used to have these papers on top of the phones, but now they don't have that anymore. So let's take the phone out. Now we see the 3-camera system, as this is a Pro phone. Let's put it to a side. And let's see what else is in the box. So we have the USB-C to the Lightning cord. So let's put that to a side. And we also have all our other papers. So since this is a US model iPhone 14 Pro, there's not a SIM slot. So they do let us know that you do not need a physical SIM card. So that's why they no longer give out the SIM card punch hole. So we have one Apple sticker now, and we have our regulations book, and that's all they give out now. So let's go ahead and remove the paper off the phone. And we can now see the screen. Now, as we can see on the back, the cameras are way wider than any other phone. For example, the 13, and they are more deeper. So let's turn on the phone. And I do feel like they pushed down the power button a bit. And now in the spot of the of the SIM card, they now replace it with this new 5G antenna. So let's turn it on. So as soon as the phone turns on, we can see the hello screen. But first, let's get to opening our other iPhone before getting to the setup. Now we have our space black iPhone. Now, as we can already see, the box is different from the front. The space black has a completely different wallpaper. And from the sides, it's the same iPhone, but instead it's in black instead of gold. And same with the bottom of the box. Now, on the back, it's pretty much the same, but instead it just says space black. And let's open it up. So let's see. So the color right away after you open the phone is visibly different than any other black iPhone. And it's way darker, and it's more of a matte black. So, and looking at the front and from the sides, we also have our 5G antenna. And there's no SIM slot again, since it's a US model and it's completely eSIM. And we have our USB-C to Lightning cord and the same papers such as regulations and our Apple sticker. So now let's see how these phones are in their setup. So let's take a second to look at these side by side. So we have the gold and we have the space black. Which color do you guys like more? Make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Personally, I like the space black more, but that's just my opinion. So let's see how the setup of these phones work. So we're only going to set up one of these, since both of the setups are exactly the same. So first of all, it's going to ask you for your language, all the basic setup settings. Now here, this is a feature implemented a few iOS settings ago, and it's a quick start, so it automatically copies your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. So you'll need your old phone in order to copy all your old settings. So now that I grabbed my phone, we're gonna go ahead and set this new phone up. So we're gonna click continue on my old phone, and it's going to go ahead and connect the two phones. Now what you want to do now is take your old phone and take the new phone and position the camera in order to focus on the pixels. And then you want to view the terms and agree to the new terms. We're going to go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi, and then it's going to activate our phone. Now you do need Wi-Fi for it to work with the eSIM, so you need Wi-Fi for your eSIM configuration. Now for me, since I bought this phone through my carrier, I won't have to set up my SIM card through converting from my old phone. Because I bought it from my carrier, it's already set up with my phone number, and as soon as you confirm and complete your activation of your new phone, your old phone will no longer work with the SIM card. So make sure that you only activate the new phone when you are ready to completely switch phones. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And then it's going to ask you to verify your identity if you set up with your carrier. Now this may take a few minutes, but usually it doesn't take more than a minute. Now it actually took a few minutes to get to this stage, about 3 to 4 minutes, but it's now going to let me continue setting my iPhone up while my eSIM is activating. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And then it's going to ask all the traditional Apple things, such as data and privacy. And then you can set up Face ID at this point. So we're going to go ahead and set this up. So we're going to click Get Started. And then we're going to set it up by putting our face into the frame. Now as we can already see, the dynamic island is coming into play by coming down and setting up the Face ID square. Now here it's going to allow us to use Face ID with a mask, but we're not going to set this up right now. Now it's going to ask us to create a passcode. And then at this point, you can go ahead and move your apps and data to the new phone by using an iCloud backup, restoring from your PC, transferring directly from another iPhone, moving data from an Android, or just don't transfer your apps and data and set it up as a new phone. What we're going to go ahead and do is transfer directly from an iPhone. So again, it's going to ask us to do the quick start. So we're going to put our old phone, then click continue. And then we're going to position it to focus on the pixels, and it's going to get a few things ready. We're going to go ahead and set this up for me, and it's going to ask for that passcode of the other iPhone. Now it's going to go ahead and transfer all your data from your old phone directly to your new phone, and it's going to tell you how long that's going to take. So here it's going to take around 25 to 35 minutes. So we're going to click continue. You can actually control what gets moved. So here it's going to transfer apps and data, and you can configure what settings you want it to transfer and what connections you want it to transfer. For example, it's automatically going to move my connection to my Apple Watch. So we're going to click continue. And then at this point, it's just going to start doing the normal setup process. For example, Apple Pay. And we're going to set that up later. And at this point, this is where things will start taking a little bit longer. So now we can see our time remaining, and I'm going to go ahead and leave these two phones away, and I'm going to get back to you guys when the transfer is complete. Alright, so now it took a bit of time, but all of my data has been transferred from the old phone to the new phone. So what you can do now is it's going to give you an option to erase your old phone, so it could either be given away or safely traded in. Now let's check out the new phone. So first of all, as soon as we open it, we can see everything has been moved over. So first of all, let's see all that the new iPhone 14 has to offer.
The iPhone 14 has an A16 Bionic chip with a 6-core CPU with 2 performance chips and 4 efficiency chips. The iPhone 14 also has an LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display, which ranges from 1Hz to 120Hz. It also can reach a brightness of 2000 nits, which allows for perfect viewing in the sun. The phone also has a new camera system, which we'll talk about later, and it also has tons of new sensors such as an improved gyroscope, which helps detect the presence of a car crash. This feature allows your phone to automatically contact emergency services when a car crash is detected. Let's explore the connectivity of the iPhone 14 Pro. To begin, the iPhone 14 Pro has blazing download speeds over 5G. On the other hand, the upload speeds are a little bit more disappointing. I was able to reach a maximum of 15 megabytes during my testing. However, with the download speed, I reached speeds over 250 megabytes. The iPhone 14 Pro now also has the capability of connecting to satellites. This is useful when there is no cellular connection nearby and you need to reach emergency services. This feature will be available in the fall of 2022. Make sure to subscribe in order to see when I test this feature out. Finally, the Wi-Fi speeds are pretty impressive. I have the AT&T 1 gigabit per second plan, and I was able to reach both 500 megabits on the download and the upload, which for an iPhone isn't that bad. Next, let's go over the camera system on this iPhone 14 Pro. The phone now has the capability of taking pictures in 48 megapixels instead of the original 12 megapixels. I went ahead and took a picture of the same bush twice, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys decide whether the 48 megapixel camera is really different than the 12 megapixel camera. We also compared how the phone takes photos at night. On the left side, that's just a low light mode. On the right side, that is with flash. Speaking of flash, the flashlight is just a little bit brighter this year, as you can see. Finally, the iPhone 14 Pro has action mode, which is extreme stabilization, which allows for the results as shown. Now, let's look at some of the features that the iPhone 14 Pro has.
Let's take a closer look at the dynamic island. For instance, as soon as we use the silent mode, the dynamic island increases in size in order to show that silent mode is now on. Triggering the silent mode again, the dynamic island increases again. Now, let's test out maps, and for example, let's set up a destination.
Starting route to York. Proceed to the route, then turn right.
Exiting the app, the maps then goes to the top of the dynamic island, and it shows us to proceed to the route. Now, as soon as you start proceeding to the route, it will actually show you actual maps navigation. Now, say at the same time that you set a navigation, you also decide to set a timer. So let's set a 10-minute timer. As soon as we swipe out of the timer app, you'll see that the timer is now also in the dynamic island, and the dynamic island has split up in order to multitask and show you both apps. Now, clicking once on the timer will pull up the timer app. Clicking once on the maps will pull up the maps app. If we long press on the maps, it will extend to show us that it means proceed to the route. If we long press on the timer, it will show us how long is left on our timer, gives the option to pause and to end our timer. Now, clicking back on the home screen, the dynamic island will now reset. Another cool feature at the dynamic island is the easy access to multitasking. So if we're in maps, we can also see our timer here and just click the timer and it will open the timer app. So as we can see, the dynamic island adds a new series of functions to the phone. So now let's review another capability of the iPhone 14 Pro.
The always-on display. It shows you live activities like timers, maps if you have a destination set, and when there's no live activity set, it just shows you the time. Personally, I don't find this feature necessary and it does slightly affect battery life, so I'll be turning it off. Speaking of batteries, the iPhone 14 Pro has a 3200 mAh battery, which is supposed to last all day. I'll be letting you guys know in a week how things are going, so make sure to subscribe to see my 1-week review. Now, the iPhone 14 Pro has so many features we could dive into, but I'm going to keep that for my tricks and tips video, so stay tuned for that.
Finally, there's one more thing I'd like to share with you guys. These are both cases that I bought for both of these phones, and I've picked them up from Amazon for $20 each. So, and I'll also leave product links in the description just in case if you're interested in purchasing either one of these. So I'm going to put these on and show you guys how they look, and yeah. So first of all, we have the one for the black phone, And all of these include the screen protectors and camera lens protectors, and accessories just to apply the screen protectors such as alcohol prep pads and just wipes. So again, we have the camera lens, and inside the case here we have screen protectors, and it does come with 3 screen protectors and 3 camera lens protectors. And this is the case itself. It is a MagSafe case, so you can put on accessories onto this, such as a wallet or just a phone holder for your car. So we're gonna go ahead and put the phone in, and it just snaps right in, and there is a place for the speaker up there, and it fits on perfectly, and it looks pretty nice. And you can just put on accessories there again, and yeah. So now let's take a look at the gold case. Again, this one was also $20, and it also comes with screen protectors and camera lens protectors. So let's open this up. So over here, right away, we can see the camera lens. We have dust absorbers, wipes, and just 1 screen protector with this one. And then let's take a look at the case. As soon as you take the case out, we can see we have these corners that are double enforced, which is good for the phone, and it looks durable. So let's put the phone in. It just pops right in, and as you can see here, there is a bezel on top of the phone, so if the phone does fall from first, your phone is protected. Now on the back, there's also this raised edge, so your camera lenses are also protected. But again, it also comes with these camera lens protectors, so you can have additional peace of mind with these cases. And also for this one, as you can see, there is a slight bezel on top of the phone screen, again, just to prevent from front-facing falls. And on the back, there is the raised camera edge. And again, it also comes with the camera protectors. So I just wanted to show you guys these cases just as a recommendation for some cases you could purchase. And yeah, again, I'll leave these links in the description. So here's my final take on the iPhone 14 Pros. Personally, I may have felt a slightly bigger impact just because I upgraded from an iPhone 11, but the improvements are so minor on the iPhone 14 Pro, such as an A16 Bionic chip, which is only slightly better than the A15 Bionic chip, and the Dynamic Island, which is just a slight new feature that they added, and the car crash detection. So I feel like if you have an iPhone 11 or anything better than that, you really don't need to upgrade. But if you have anything older, it might be a great opportunity for you to upgrade, as many carriers are offering great trade-in offers and other offers on the new iPhone 14 Pro. So if you want to get a new phone and you have an older phone, this is a great opportunity for you. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and hit that little ring notification button so you get notified when I upload my gaming video on the new iPhone 14 Pro, and all the speed tests and the battery tests and my review after 1 week. So again, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.